Have you ever been in a situation that you are searching for a product on Google, Amazon, or any other search engines, and after a while you are receiving some advertising for that specific product? That's because companies are using their data to provide you with more personalized advertising. Hello, I am Iman, and in this video I want to talk about marketing information systems. Before we dive into the course, please push the subscription button and turn on the bell so you can make sure that you are receiving notification whenever I upload a new video on marketing. What do we mean by marketing information systems? Actually, companies are looking for any sort of data and information that can help them to understand their customers' needs and wants. Why? Because they want to propose a better value and superior value to their customers. So any sources of information can help them to make their products better and more aligned with their customers' needs and wants. Generally, to have a good marketing information systems, we need to go through these steps. First of all, we need to know what kind of informations we need or we really want. Then we need to decide from which resources we can get that specific information. We need to know that obtaining, analyzing, and storing data is a costly process, so we need to be efficient on that. So before collecting any sort of data, we need to know that what are our real needs in our company. So what do we really want to extract from the data? That's how we can make sure that we are collecting the right data and we are analyzing it efficiently. Whenever we understood that what kind of data we are looking for, we can decide on what kind of databases or resources can help us. Basically, we have three different resources for collecting data. The first one is internal databases. Sometimes we are not aware of how much data we are creating and generating. But note that in every single business, they are creating lots of data, big data sometimes. How? By any transaction that happens by our customers, or if they are going through our website and switching from this web page to another web page, based on their behavior or online behavior, they are generating lots of data for us. So it depends on us if we want to use those data or we want to leave them intact. Sometimes not only are we using our internal data and resources, we are using and incorporating other resources in our data source. So we are creating a kind of intelligence for our company. So the second resource would be competitive marketing intelligence. Whenever you are using a kind of platform like ERP, CRM, or any internal developed platforms that can help you to show and offer you actually insights about your customers regarding a specific product, their opinions about that product, or even warn you about your competitors, about they launching a new product or new advertising or something, or even give you more information, broader information about your macro environmental factors, new technologies, new mega trends in your industry. So whenever you have all this information integrated in your marketing information systems, you might say, okay, I have a kind of competitive marketing intelligence, because you have the ability to work on that. You will receive some notifications from your customers, you will have some information and insights about your competitors, and you can act on them. There might be some points in our businesses that we cannot find any information or we cannot get any sort of insights from our internal databases or our marketing intelligence. That's exactly when we need to run some experiments and do some research. So the third information resource is marketing research. In most cases, when the company is large enough, they have their own research department. So they might ask them to conduct the research for them or run the experiments. But sometimes if the business is small, they might need more help from outside. So they might hire another agency or people to run the experiment for them and conduct the research for them. And in some cases, if they don't want to spend lots of time and wait for a long time for the results of the research, they might buy and purchase some secondary data from another agency. For example, another large agency already have done some kind of research and they already analyzed the data and they have some results. So our company might go and buy the results from that company. Sometimes it's not quite what we are looking for, but it's really helpful for us because we don't have enough resources to conduct that large experiments or research, but we already need those kind of data because they can give us a good insight about our customers, about our markets, about our people, or anything else. So they are not answering our research questions sometimes, but they can guide us through solving our problems. If we want to conduct a research, we need to know that marketing research has its own process. It starts from defining our objectives and goes through designing a research plan and then implementing that plan and finally collecting data and analyzing and interpreting the data. So let's go through them one by one. Sometimes we don't really know that what kind of problems we are facing. So we need more information to understand and define our problem. That's exactly when we are using exploratory research. When we get more information about the situation, what's going on. For example, in some cases, we might think that the problem is with our sales team, let's say. We don't have good sales, we don't have a good revenue, so we think that the problem is with our sales team and they don't have enough motivation, let's say. But whenever we do this kind of research, exploratory research, we can understand that the problem is not with our sales team. The problem comes from their compensation package that are designed by HR team. So the problem is our HR team. The problem actually is with our HR team. So we need to talk to them and see how we can resolve that. In other cases, we might know that what is the problem and we are looking for the cause of the problem. So we are looking for a kind of causation and causal relationship. So for example, in this case, we understood that the problem is within our HR team, but we want to see that if we increase the salary of our sales team, do they become more motivated or not? So we are kind of looking for a causal relationship between salary and motivation. That's exactly when we do causal research. But there are also times that we are not facing any sort of problems or any specific problem. We just want more information about our situation, and we want to get more information and descriptive information about our competitors, customers, or suppliers. So we run kind of descriptive research. That's exactly when, for example, we want more information about our competitors' price points or their product information or even our customers' ages, salaries, occupation, or any other sort of information that can help us prosper in our company. Now, whenever we decide on the objectives of our research, we need to have a plan for running our research. So that's exactly when we need to answer to these questions. From where we are collecting data, how we are going to collect the data, and what kind of analysis we are going to use. We need to know that basically we have two sources of data, primary data and secondary data. Primary data is a very raw data that you are, as a business, you are collecting that. So for example, when you conduct the research, when you go to the market and ask your customers about their opinions about the product. So that's the primary data. But sometimes you might decide to use secondary data from other agencies that already collected or from other research. So for example, you might go over the internet and find some databases that can show you the opinions of people about some sort of cigarettes. Again, it's on you to use secondary data or collect the primary data. But if you have decided to collect the primary data, you need to know that you have three primary approaches. You can do an observation, or you can run a survey or questionnaire, or you can run and conduct an experiment. For each of them, you have a bunch of tools that you can use. For example, the questionnaires for the survey, you can call people, you can use telephone, you can use mailboxes, you can send them the survey and questionnaire and get them back. Or you can, for the observation, go to the market and observe them, or hire other people to do that for you. Sometimes you might use online surveys to collect data. Sometimes, to decide on what kind of tools or how you are going to collect data, you need to know something about your samples. So you need to know, for example, from who you want to collect data. If they are far away from you, maybe you are using mail or telephone or even online surveys. But if they are close to you, so you can go and invite them and have a kind of interview. So you can have the personal tool for collecting data. So whenever you have the plan, now it's time to implement it and go to the market and collect the data and do some analysis on that and tabulate the results and share them with the managers and other stakeholders. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.